Hello all of you, today I will bring to you a crime action blockbuster movie, Face Off. Talk about the police boss killed his son, then he has a daring plan. His face surgery is like that boss. And what happened next? Let's take a look. Castor Troy is a notorious gangster boss. The police did not stop coming to bother him. Sean Archer is one of the best policemen. He hates Castor a lot because he killed so many of his colleagues. And Castor always wants to kill Sean because he is the one blocking the way in your business. So he waited in the play area to take action. At this time, Sean is playing with his son on the Ferris wheel, riding on wooden horse. Gunshots, the bullet piercing Sean's chest. He's not dead, but the bullet was pinned right in the head of his son. Sean hugged his son painfully crying. Since then, Castor is on the list. The names he was forced to kill. Castor is also very busy right now. He installed a time bomb in the heart of the city. A week later it will explode. Then the poisonous gas will cover the whole city. Castor is mean, he likes to play with the cops, sometimes softly. That's when he treated his brother Pollux. He bends over to tie him up. For my brother a lot of love. After placing bombs, the group hires a jet to prepare to leave. Information about jet aircraft, quickly investigated by the police station. Sean immediately brought a team of police driving, and a helicopter with you. The waitress on Castor's flight is a colleague of Sean, also quickly controlled. At this point Castor's plane and Sean's car confronted each other. He threatened the policewoman with a gun, then opened the cabin door, drop her off, and successfully blocked Sean's car. At this time, Sean quickly changed to a helicopter to chase Castor. When the plane is about to take off, Sean take a jigsaw scene under the plane bridge to find the plane crashed into the warehouse. Castor, with 2 guns in hand, shot a lot of police. But Pollux did not run away and was arrested. Sean of course doesn't let Castor run away. After losing a few agents, he finally caught up with him. The 2 people's guns were pointed at each other. Castor pulled the trigger first before he knew the gun was out of ammunition. Immediately he pretended to be weak. Sean let his guard down and launched a sneak attack, but he was kicked out in the back of the jet, and was blown out by a strong blast. In the end he was able to avenge his son. After that, your family also had happy days, but there is that biological bomb. It will explode in a week. Knowing this, Sean felt helpless. He never expected Castor to wake up like he was now. Then the police only met Pollux, and hoped to get any information from him. Yet he was like an autistic, crazy person. Of course, he couldn't easily tell where the bomb was buried. At this time, his female colleague Hollis proposed to put him in prison. Maybe Pollux will reveal something. But Sean knows well if he can't meet Castor, Pollux would never open her mouth. Faced with this situation, there is still a way. Hollis leads Sean into the central laboratory. Castor is now in bed. Live a plant man life. What Sean needs to do now is Castor's face transplant. Use his status to go to prison. As for how to swap it, some physiological changes have to be made. To be blunt, Castor's face is now Sean's, thanks to the world's #1 surgeon. This high-tech plastic surgery project has also been implemented. Of course, it can still be exchanged afterward. For all the people, Sean decided to give up his ego, step onto the operating table. The surgery was extremely successful. Without a blood test no one will find out. After changing Sean's voice, not even Pollux did not recognize that the person in front was a police officer. He then successfully went to jail and met Pollux. But to increase confidence, Sean created a riot in prison. He's out very aggressive, to make those people truly believe that you are Castor. At the same time in the hospital bed, the supposed man of the Castor has awoken. Remove the gauze pad on the head. At this point, Castor's men took the doctor back. Get Sean's face under maintenance. Apply it on her face. So at this time the police Sean and the boss Castor have exchanged faces. On the other hand in prison, Sean succeeded in making Pollux open his mouth to reveal the information. The bomb is placed in the convention center. After receiving the information, he immediately left the prison. But unexpectedly when opening the door came out, who Sean saw behind the door is my face. Not wrong, it was Castor after changing his face. Came to find him, he smiled wickedly. He set fire to a research institute. Even the information about this face change plan was gone. So also means, Sean must live in the identity of Castor. Could be in prison forever. And Castor will use Sean's face to do his job. Sleep with his wife, beat his children. And have a wife to sleep. Oh my gosh, did I just say that? Sorry. Pollux was then given bail by Castor. Sean becomes more nervous and worried. Looks like you have to find a way to escape. On the other hand, Castor takes the identity of Sean. Illegal work no one found out. He has a new plan. Pollux openly hides the bomb. Then Castor will go there to disassemble, and become an acclaimed symbol. The bomb is quickly found. The bomb disposal team of course cannot destroy the bombs because they don't know the code. But Castor of course knows that well. So he was dancing and singing. Deliberately solved the bomb in the last second. Success becomes the hero of the city. And Sean becomes a man hiding in the dark. Whether he can stand it or not, he must escape the prison. Iron shoes on the feet are only removed. When the execution room was shaken, Sean immediately attacked some of the police in prison, and was taken to the electric shock room. Sean had the opportunity to wake up the inmate who was stunned. The two immediately fought back. Sean quickly got the gun, and get out of the siege. To the control room, in the midst of chaos he detonated the power supply. At this time the prison became chaotic. The inmate was also shot dead by the police. The surrounding inmates eventually couldn't take it anymore. Get into a fight with the prison guards. Sean finally ran away to the rooftop. Up here to discover, the prison was built on the sea. Helicopters quickly arrived. Sean just made it to jump into the sea to hide. Today is the anniversary of his son's death. Castor and Sean's wife go to the cemetery, looking at the grave of the boy killed by himself. Castor's heart was a bit uncomfortable. Then he returned to headquarters, and learned about Sean's prison escape. There is something everyone thinks he is dead at sea, but no body was found. Castor is angry. No, because he knows Sean will be back. In fact, his speculation was correct. Since Castor replaced Sean, it means you can become Castor yourself. The life of the gangster boss is filled with drunken men. Sean is a bit annoyed, but he quickly thought, want to use Castor's power to kill the man called Sean. Castor's juniors very much agree with Sean's opinion. Then a name said, but now her house will definitely be guarded. Sean was also quick to say his house code was 101,986. At this time, he accidentally made some names suspicious of him, so he said that because he slept with Sean's wife. They both naturally laughed when they heard him say that. She is great. On the other hand, in front of Sean's house, daughter's boyfriend drove home, then forced a kiss, causing the girl to react violently. Castor hesitated for a moment, deciding to take action with that scum. Make him apologize to daughter Sean. Then told her that, have a date to meet ghosts. Dressing like that would provoke the monster, but Castor's education is completely different from Sean. He also taught his daughter how to use a knife to protect herself. On Sean's side, he is paying a romantic debt for Castor. No matter how annoying you are, Castor's lover also has a son with him. Seeing the baby, Sean couldn't help but be moved, as if he were seeing his dead son. Now outside in the house, the FBI surrounded. This is a trap set by Castor for Sean. Unfortunately, he underestimated Sean's abilities. Now he was quick, run away with the woman and the child. After a fierce gun battle, Castor's juniors died quite a bit. But Sean is still trying to save the child. Quickly Castor also arrived on the scene. Sean sneak shot, but fortunately a name of Castor's juniors took the bullet for you. He has the same anger. He picked up his gun and shot it frantically. The two people stood with their backs to each other. Ironically, the face in the mirror on the wall is the person they hate the most. The drum sound came out at the same time, but it didn't hit the target. The FBI has also arrived. Sean can only run away. Pollux is now on the roof. He was dragged from the roof and died on the spot. Until death, he still did not understand. Why did my brother kill me like that? Look at the body on the ground. Castor sadly laces him up for the last time. Return to the police station. The big boss is extremely annoyed by this action, pointing at the angry Castor, cursing. As a result, he was instantly killed by Castor. His and Sean's hatred is just too deep. No one can stop him from taking revenge. Sean now enlists to run home. Seeing his wife's panicked eyes, Sean tried his best, finally proved it. My true identity, by asking his wife to take Castor's blood type to be tested. Blood type O itself. Castor is blood type AB. Night comes, she sneaks while Castor is sleeping, have taken a little blood for testing. Indeed, exactly what Sean said. So then, is the revenge of the couple Sean. At this point Castor attended the funeral of a colleague. This is the best time to take action. After the funeral ended, the two confronted each other again, and the duel fight between Sean and Castor broke out. But Castor took Sean's wife hostage. He also stressed to him that, my daughter is also on her way here. Unexpectedly, Castor's mistress arrived just in time. The groups pointing their guns at each other was a bit of a contrary, but Castor has an advantage. When the two juniors know his identity, the gunfire broke out. Sasha's girlfriend pulled his wife Sean down. Castor's juniors were also shot dead. Sasha died because of the bullet for Sean. She just wanted him to take care of her son. Castor is not dead, it is not over yet. At this time Sean's daughter also arrived, but she never knew who the real father. That's when Sean was having a hard time controlling Castor. The daughter shot Sean in the hand. Castor quickly seized the opportunity to arrest his daughter. This is how the daughter ignored the way, which Castor taught her to use a knife. A stab wound into his thigh, spinning around. Castor turned to run. Sean rushed to chase. He drove it to chase Castor. Both attempts to kill each other attracted the attention of the Coast Guard. Castor quickly opened fire on the police. Sean's boat then crashes into the Coast Guard's boat and explodes. At this point, Sean jumped on Castor's canoe. Two people continue to fight. Canoe crashed into the pier. Two people were also thrown up. Sean quickly retrieves a nearby fish shooting gun, hit Castor's thighs. He knew that it was also about to end. Take the knife and cut his face. He wants Sean every time he looks in the mirror. All of them can see his face. Sean grits his teeth and pulls the trigger. The arrow stabs Castor. The police also arrived. They finally know this face-changing story. At the end of the movie, Sean was exchanged for his own face. He brought Sasha and Castor's sons home together. The movie here is the end. Face Off, premiered in 1997. This is a hit film by Nicolas Cage, and also Cage's first film. Play the role of a terrorist boss like that. Throughout the movie, a lot of people feel that Cage performed extremely well, but to be fair, thanks to the resonance of John Travolta, so the two complement each other. Best film complete. John plays a good man, and a very lively bad guy. Makes me confused by watching two of you. Does not distinguish who is Sean, who is Castor. The movie ends here. Wish you have a good time watching the movie. See you in the next movie.